What's up, guys? I am back, and this one is worth the wait. So here's the deal. My coach flew out to California, and we turned this trip into a full-on boot camp. Not that every other trip is not a full-on boot camp, but this was intense. 4 days of dialing in my surfing at one of the best waves in California, Trestles. So what we're doing here is a 4-part deep dive.
Part 4 will blow your mind.
A behind-the-scenes look into all of my training, all my video analysis, all my surf sessions, all my skate training, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, and tools that I'm using that maybe you can take along with you.
Make sure to watch to the end as I save the most important tip to land this move last.
Today, we are going deep on something that I have been dying to figure out, how to do a roundhouse cutback. Because spoiler alert, it is way harder than it looks.
I'm so happy about this. It shouldn't be there.
Put spray on this last.
Today's focus is training my front side. We are dialing in 3 key maneuvers, and yes, they have names. First one, asking God. This is to hit the more vertical snap. And then we have the dancing tango, which is my setup to flow move. And now a new addition to the party, a new maneuver that I'm working on, a roundhouse cutback. Or really any kind of cutback for that matter. Now, if you've ever surfed Trestles, you know the deal. You cannot just drive straight to the wave. It is a whole-on mission. You either have to walk about 45 minutes just to get to the break, or what most people do is you take an e-bike and you bike 2 minutes down this amazing path and you are there. So you either have a 45-minute walk on your hand or a 2-minute bike ride.
We're going to get our e-bikes.
How'd you get those?
Finally.
Blue Dog Bike Rentals. Getting e-bikes.
No more
I'm
walking.
so happy about this. You have no idea.
Trestles doesn't work with no e-bikes.
This one's for you guys with the seat on the back.
We've been here for 2 days already, and so we've been in Trestles 2 times a day for 2 days, and we're just like walking back and forth, and we're like, no, not possible.
Years and she's competing, and I've gone 30 years and I can hardly make it out, but that's all good.
Well, it's all thanks to him. He's my coach.
Yeah.
He has the secrets of whatever this is that we're doing. Only place and the only solution to getting to Trestles is Blue Dog Ride. Thank you. Yeah! No more walking to Trestles.
All right.
So after every surf session, we do a video analysis so that we can see what I did in that session and what I need to do to improve my skills and my technique to do it better in the next session. So it's really important to look at your footage after every single session that you have in order to correct the things that you might not know you were doing in the water.
That shouldn't be there.
If you hold longer, you could have gotten closer to the pocket, because I don't think that this section here would end the way for you.
So what Francisco was telling me in this video analysis was that I was way too far away from the pocket of the wave, which is the wave's energy source. The pocket of the wave is the energy source that actually gives you the speed and power to be able to do your turns. And without this energy, you actually have a higher chance of falling because you have no power to do anything. So what I learned through this is that I need to stay way closer to that pocket of the wave.
Was I just not in the right position? I missed like 100 waves.
Yeah, it's probably a matter of positioning, because the waves actually it's easy to catch.
I think she was too far outside always. Like
On the shoulder?
Yeah, you were always on the shoulder, and then by the time it was coming, it wasn't formed enough. But the pocket was happening. You were just too far outside. That's what I've looked at, because like the guys that right next to her, like 4 feet inside, it was picking them up every time.
So in this session, I kept missing waves because this is one of my first sessions down in Trestles. Whenever you go to a new break, you have to spend time learning how that wave breaks, how that wave operates, because if you don't know the specific characteristics of that wave, it's very challenging just to put all the waves together and say, this is how they work, because every single one operates differently. So regardless of your actual surfing itself, when you go surf, you need to know the characteristics of the wave wave that you're surfing, because that's half the battle.
You gotta start working on that.
Which part?
On that looking.
Yeah.
You didn't have to break the line here. That was perfect opportunity actually to go all the way back to the white water. And you have to fix this because it's kind of becoming a habit.
The looking?
Yeah, and the arms.
Yeah.
They're like always losing both.
They always go exactly like that.
Exactly. And the pull, you fixed it when you fixed your look. And sometimes when you're thinking of, when you're focusing about your left arm also, like finishing it the left arm forward.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, okay, so you gotta still keep working on that front leg extension for your projection and using the arm. On the end section where you're usually doing that top turn.
Look, straighten, look.
Yeah. You have to quit those arms.
I know.
Priority. You can't do that.
I know. It's really bad.
Never again.
Okay, never again after this session. You'll never see me do that again. My arms will be fixed by 1 p.m. today. They will, watch.
I think that maybe you're anticipating the movement because what's happening is that you're projecting, you're doing this, and then you lose. Maybe if you hold the projection here a little longer and do this movement all at once.
Maybe I just need to always focus on closing the arm too.
Yeah, closing the arm, looking. You have like 3.
Wait, hold my projection longer?
You have like 3 triggers you can use. You can think about. You can think about your head. You can think about the right arm, like pulling the right arm all the way, or you can think about the left.
Okay.
1 p.m.
So what we just saw in this last video analysis is that this next session is going to be highly focused on my arms and not losing them when I'm going for a turn. Not losing them means like not flailing them, not doing anything specific, but being really hyper focused on their movement and making sure that I'm super focused on where my arms are at every step in my turns. Also, something in this session is making sure that I'm turning my head before I'm going for a turn. Turning and looking where I want to go so that my body will naturally follow. These are 2 things that I'm highly focused on in this next session that I have to nail because it's becoming a bad habit for me. Was a little bit better for me. I managed to get some good turns out, but we'll see what my coach has to say.
That was a clean corner right there. There you go.
Both of you guys at the same time.
A little longer. Yeah, okay. It's good that it went all the way up. See? You're doing like the carve exactly where you're supposed to.
Fuck.
Ah, that was a good last turn. Start holding that arm a little longer.
Forward.
Yeah. And start using the impulse.
That was 2 in a row that I went straight from the bottom into another turn. Is that bad?
No, that's good. But when you do that, you need to think about holding even longer.
Okay.
So you do the first turn here, then you have to keep this compression.
Oh, and stay into the bottom turn.
Yeah, you have to keep the same angle and not extend like you're doing here.
Yeah, because I lost speed.
Exactly. And then here, your arm is back and your board is still going down.
Yeah.
Good spray on this last.
Yeah, it's definitely a good little swap.
Yeah. But missed the impulse, so it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, because it's like you didn't finish the wave.
I know.
You know, if you're in a contest, maybe a judge can say, oh, a bad finish.
Yeah,
You know,
I know.
incomplete.
And you never want to leave it in the judge's hands.
Yeah.
You want to complete the wave so that you get that goddamn score.
Yeah.
Look where the guy is looking, where he's looking.
Yeah.
See?
Body goes.
Here too. Look. You can work a little more on this compression at the end of the turn.
compression, you just mean like keeping lower on it?
Yeah, because if you are able to compress more, you are able to put more pressure in the middle of the board. So that means the tail will get looser, and then the tail will slide more. In theory, it will throw more spray. This is hard to do because you have to do both things: compress and shift your hip to your front leg.
You can see why the compression is super important coming out of that turn.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what gives you the speed, right, coming out?
Yeah, keeping the pressure in the middle. You can see that this angle here, it's close to 90 degrees, and the best is below 90 degrees.
So
Here.
you want that done before you come out of that turn.
We always try to move the board with our legs, right? And feet, because that's what we have contact with the board. It's close.
Yeah.
But in fact, you have to move the board with your arms, mainly arms.
Yeah, arms.
Yeah, arms.
So it's kind of the arms are moving the body.
Yeah, because it's like a chain. If you move your head, it will have a reflex on your feet. If you move everything, then you are able to build more energy, and this energy will all end up on your feet. You know, then the board moves easier. But of course, you have to know how to move your arms. What usually happens is that when you don't know how to use your arms or hands or whatever, it's just a reflex of what the board does. How the board moves, it will reflect on your arms. And it has to be the other way around, right? So every sport that the result of the movement has to happen on your lower limbs, it starts on your upper limbs. And the opposite happens too. For example, on boxing, you have the punch, and this punch starts here. So you turn this, you use your leg, your hips, your trunk, your shoulder, arm, and then you hit. And then in surfing is the opposite. So you use hands, head, hips, and then legs, and then it will reflect on your feet and board. You know, even though it was packed, you had like maybe the best session, I'd say. You know? Yeah, it was definitely the best session. You had like 3 solid waves. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Good.
I want more.
When do you want it?
More!
When do we want it?
Now!
Okay, compress. Remember, work on that knee.
What?
Work on that compression. Knee.
So after I have 2 surf sessions a day, I work on my surf skate training, and that is my land training. I do land training because it helps me get reps in and helps me fix whatever I did wrong in the day and whatever techniques I need to improve on. Being able to get in reps on land is so important, and being able to fix things before you go into the water the next day is highly critical for what I'm doing in my progress, and I highly recommend for any of you out there who are trying to progress also. Land training gets those reps in for you to be able to feel more comfortable when you get in the water and feel muscle memory and make it feel like you didn't just do it for the first time.
Compress more, compress more. Yeah, like that.
Now I have to pump on the high so that I can dive down in a turn and go up. That's what I'm doing. Just so you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So to explain that a little bit better, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to generate speed on the high line of the wave, which is the top of the wave, so that I can use the wave like a ramp. What I want to do is stay on the very top when I'm trying to generate speed. That way I can dive down like I would in a ramp, do a really nice bottom turn, and then come back up. I need that speed if I'm gonna go up, down, and back up again. If you're generating speed on the bottom of the wave, you don't have any sort of power in order to get you back up the wave. And so this is really important when you're trying to generate speed. And it's something I'm really working on in my training, is being able to stay high so that you can go low and have that speed source to get you back up the wave. This is all about finding energy sources on the wave. So finding where the power is in the wave, where the energy is coming from, and staying high and then going low to come high again.
You did dancing tango, you're doing asking God, but you haven't done a roundhouse cutback so far.
So I go here.
Yeah. And then quick bottom turn, projection and turn. Cross, compress, projection, and turn.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
No, all the way back. You need to come all the way back. The nose has to point in this direction. When you do the carve, yeah, that's when you, exactly.
So what I am doing wrong here is in order to do a roundhouse cutback, you need your board to return back to face the whitewater of the wave before doing that backside top turn to complete the wave. So something I'm not doing is holding long enough in order for my board to completely turn back towards the whitewater of the wave. I'm cutting it too short. Therefore, my turns are not gonna look beautiful. They're not gonna go well. I might fall because I'm too far from the energy source of the wave. And so in order to complete this turn, I need to go all the way back to the energy source of the wave, do a top turn right there, and then keep on going. So this is something that's really tricky. It's not something that comes naturally to the body. So you have to work on it a lot and do a lot of repetitions for your body to start understanding the movement. And for me, it took understanding the movement like 50 times before I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. See, that's what you have to do.
So you can see in the simulation with the surf skate that my board went all the way back towards where I came from. This is what I have to do in order to complete the turn. It's not a supernatural movement for the body, and so that's why we have to practice it on land so many times. That way it starts to feel more organic by the time you get in the water.
Okay.
If you were looking to the white water, you know, so when you do the cross, so do the posture, cross. Here is where you should be looking. Look, look, look. All right, good. Look back, look back. Good.
Something I was missing before is utilizing my head and my eyes. So now you can see I am really exaggerating my head, and it is actually helping me pull my body in the direction I want to go to. They always say that if you look somewhere or you put your head in the direction you want to go to, your body is going to follow. And so in this case, that's exactly what we're doing here. We are looking first, we are using our eyes, and we are pulling our head in the direction we want to go to, and our body will help us complete the maneuver that way. Whoa!
Good.
But my eyeballs were up. I think I understand the motion of this now.
Okay, break.
Yay.
Oh, we will. We will eventually.
Oh, God.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
We made it so close in just one session to doing that roundhouse cutback. And no, it's not perfect. Honestly, I've only completed one step of the roundhouse cutback, and there's probably 4 other steps I need to accomplish. But that's the thing about surfing. If you make just one glimmer of progress, that counts. That is everything. So yes, maybe we didn't totally do a roundhouse cutback today, but we have all the tools and the techniques and everything that we need in order to unlock this maneuver. And so I have a feeling that very soon I'm gonna be doing a perfect roundhouse cutback like Katie Simmers does, but that's just me projecting into the world and manifesting my maneuvers into the universe. And so I hope that you enjoy all of my tools, tips, and progression tools for a roundhouse cutback. And for my first day of my Trestles training, what happens next gets crazy because the WSL contest comes to Trestles, and so the lineup gets wild. Stick around for episode 2. It'll be coming out very soon.